Do we only have 2 types of unit? What? That's actually not true, right? I do have cavalry, right? No? Do I not? Apparently I don't. Well, that's actually kind of intriguing. Hello and welcome back to the Ronin, and we are now here in the Cosine territory, and well, I'm hopeful that we'll be able to maybe take a little bit more of their territory in this episode, because as you can see, this is what's currently going on over in this area. I kind of wanted to just move away from this area because it really made things very messy. There's a huge amount of, well, everything going on over there. Basically, Botanians are coming in with massive armies of 900 plus, and then you have the Khuzait, they're coming in there with numerous armies, and obviously different kinds of sizes there. And I just wanted to get out of there as soon as I possibly could, because I personally feel like this is a much better idea. What I'm going to do, at least what I'm going to attempt to do, is I will take a castle, take another castle, maybe another castle, who knows, and then I'm going to go to Makeb. I'm going to take Makeb. That's going to solidify this little trade route right here, which is pretty nice for our economy and all that wonderful stuff. And then we're going to swing back around, maybe take Tepesh Castle or Uzek Castle or something along those lines, and then just further consolidate this area here. Now, the main reason why I'm doing this is because I zoomed out at the end of the previous episode, like I usually do, and I thought to myself, this is kind of weird. I shouldn't really do this, right? I shouldn't really just go straight out here and try to take this, because just look at it. We are very, very overextended. And it's going to make things very difficult for us in the end to be able to defend all of these things, being so far away from, 1, my own garrisons, and 2, from various places that I'm going to be able to recruit Tetsujin units. Now bear in mind that because I haven't had a huge amount of time, I still do not have a lot of Tetsujin units in my army composition at the moment, but that is going to change. Don't worry about that. Once one of these factions decides that they've had enough and they're willing to throw the towel in and they're going to make peace, then I will go to Tetsujin territory in that brief respite and we'll see what we can do. Anyway, these are my current stats, but that's not what I actually want to show you. I want to show you this person. Yes, okay, so Alda, right? Alda, she is our sister, as far as I'm aware, or should we say Byron's sister, and I'm very much hoping that I will be able to give her some good gear so that she can indeed fight. I forgot to do that before I gave her a party. Right, let me see. Can I give her stuff? Yes, I can. Oh, no. Yeah, yes. Yes, I think I might be able to give her stuff. Okay, this is perfect. Fantastic. Okay, she doesn't have any riding skill or very small amounts of riding skill. So I'm going to give her 1 step horse and a saddle horse just in case. I don't think she's going to be able to, you know, use either of these, to be honest. Anyway, let's just give her some stuff that we know is pretty good. And we'll give her this one. What else does she need? She needs a... she's got a helmet. She needs boots, right? Yeah. She needs boots. All right, so hopefully she's going to equip all of this. As you can see, she actually has some stuff. I think she looted some stuff from the previous fights, potentially. These shoulders could potentially be quite useful for her. And maybe these. It really depends. I can't believe I forgot to equip her. I actually thought that I'd be able to do it, you know, just kind of like randomly anytime. But that's apparently not the case, you know, that's apparently not the case. Okay, so that's perfectly fine. She has no skills at all, by the way, so I can basically give her whatever, and then it's going to be good. Alright, so I'm going to give her some money, actually, as well, because she only has 5,000 gold, and I have a huge amount, so might as well. How do I do that? How do I actually give her gold? Can I not do that? That's actually kind of weird. Right, okay, yeah, so apparently I cannot give her gold for whatever reason. So I guess I'm just going to give her some crafted javelins just so she can sell that stuff if she wants to. And there you go. Okay, so we've increased our relation with her. Hopefully she's going to equip all that stuff. If she doesn't, then that's absolutely fine. But she is indeed our sister, and that's why I wanted to explain all of that to you just now. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to do the quick and dirty style, which is basically just get the battering ram up, get the siege tower up, and obviously bear in mind that as this is going on, she is going to increase her skills. So let me actually just take a quick look here. Okay, so she... Really? I'm actually kind of surprised that she doesn't level herself up, because as far as I'm aware, I do have that ticked, the automated placement of points, but apparently that is not happening right now. Well, after this particular castle siege, we might have to take her into our party and just sort her out a little bit, make sure that she's equipped as best as she possibly can be, and then we'll see where we go from there. Anyway, I'm going to give her riding skill, I think, and we'll give her some more endurance, because I'd like her to get some riding skill as soon as possible. And if she doesn't automatically equip any of this stuff that I just gave her, then that's absolutely fine. I mean, she doesn't have to, but you know, we're gonna make sure that she's equipped as she should be. All right. So otherwise, yeah, we're still not getting anything either. We're still not getting any votes whatsoever thrown our way, which is a very troublesome situation. I'm kind of a little bit worried about that, because one of these vassals ends up leaving, and then boom, we are in a really bad spot. Anyway, there you go. Nice little auto-resolve right there. Prisoners, blah, blah, blah. And then obviously we have all of these Imperials that are leveling up. Bear in mind that that's obviously not what I want in the grand scheme of this entire series. I don't really want to be using Imperials, but as I said before, hopefully you can understand that from a tactical, you know, grand strategy sort of perspective, I just don't have enough time to be able to go to Tetsugen territory, go to all of these various villages and everything, and try to recruit them all. And I think someone actually did mention that it would be a good idea to send a recruiter from one of my garrisons to try and get additional Tetsugen recruits. Now, I have tried that in the past, and it has not been extremely successful. That's the reason why I haven't really done it since that time, because it is, well, suffice it to say, kind of annoying. I feel like the recruiter system doesn't really work, in my opinion at least, as it should. So I don't know, really. I'm not sure what to really do about that. So that's the reason why I generally tend to prefer to do it myself. Anyway, we're going to disband her party right now. And yeah, she's going to disband. There we are. And hopefully I can... There we go. We can get her to join us. Okay, fantastic. Right. So now we get the opportunity to speak to her once again, and she's got massive amounts of steward skill. I'm just going to let her spec that stuff. One-handed, we want to level up her one-handed weapon proficiency. As you can see, she literally has no skills whatsoever. Not entirely sure why that is, to be honest. I feel like they should give random units some skills. Oh yeah, see, there you go. She actually does have some stuff. She did equip some things, so that's actually quite good. And we're going to be giving her... what's actually really, really good here? Yeah, probably this one. This one's pretty good. And then we will give her a nice shield as well. Which one's the best? Which one is the best shield? Pavis shield I very much like, so we'll give her that. That's going to protect her massively. Look at that. Look at that size. The size of that thing is crazy. And then we're just going to sort by value, as that usually determines how good things are. We're going to give her the Highland Helm and the Western Armor. And what else can we give her? Let's have a look here. Yeah, these shoulders. These gloves, nice. And the last thing is a pair of boots. And she's actually... What? She's actually using this horse? Can you believe it? Wow, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, so she's actually using that horse. That's amazing. And I think what I would like to do is I would like to give her... I'd like to give her a really, really nice polearm, if at all possible. A really nice polearm. Something that she can do massive damage with. What about a Crusade Light Lance or something? 189, 196. I'm hopeful that maybe we can do something a little bit better than that. I want something that is couchable, you see. Something that is couchable is going to be extremely useful for her. And, I mean, maybe she's actually better if it's not a couchable thing. So let's just give her one of these. Why not? There we go. Okay, so she's basically done now. She's pretty much perfect in the way that she's sorted out there. And we're going to turn her into a party once again. I was actually thinking of getting Varric, but Varric is relatively far away. He's in one of the furthest Tetsugen towns, and obviously I don't have enough time to, you know, go all the way down there. She just so happened to be at one of the towns that I was already at, so it makes the most sense for me to take her at that point. Anyway, we're just going to give her as many units as I can. As you can see, these are the kinds of units that I tend to give my people, so tier 4 and above most of the time, and then any random other units that I seem to have on my person at the moment. And then we're going to do that. There we go, 164 actually already that she's been able to field, which is very nice. And let's get her into the army. Fantastic. All right, so that went pretty nicely, and we are now going to move on once again to Siratos Castle. Siratos Castle will be our next stop, and we're going to give this to Hanzo, because obviously Hanzo is not going to be the one to betray the entire faction. So even if, you know, the others do, at least his fiefs are pretty much secured, and we don't really need to worry about it too much. Now, I would like to get into a field battle if at all possible, so who knows what's going to happen as we create our siege equipment here, because obviously there's going to be an army somewhere that the Crusade is going to send to defend their lands. I mean, that's just an obvious thing, right? That's definitely going to happen. However, as it stands right now, we don't have enough speed to be able to catch up to any of these people surrounding us right here. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. Anyway, we're just going to very, very fast construct more of these trebuchets. Very much enjoying the fact that my engineering skill is so good that it is able to construct these trebuchets so quickly. And I'm thinking we're probably going to destroy their walls here. I don't really want to do that, as I've said in previous episodes, the reason why that is, you know. But generally, I feel like it's not the best idea to do that. Okay, so it seems like we're probably going to get attacked soon, so I should probably just level up a couple of my units just to prepare for that. As you can see, all of my recruits have now leveled up, which is fantastic. And then we should be good. There we are. Okay, nice. So this guy's obviously got an army, as you can see. Sporion, he's got an army right there, and no doubt he's going to start calling people to join him. As you can see, he's joining, he's joining with a lot of them, and they're going to go in any moment now. There we go. There is the charge. All right, so that is perfectly fine, very much expected, and I don't really mind this too much, because this is going to give Alda a very nice amount of targets to fight, and hopefully she's going to be able to level up and, you know, be a strong warrior of some kind. I'm hopeful that that is going to be the case, at least. So once we get into the battle, I'm obviously going to analyze the environment. We're going to see how that is. And why do we only have Nogand here? That's kind of weird. Why do we only have no... Do we only have 2 types of unit? What? That's actually not true, right? I do have cavalry, right? No? Do I not? Apparently I don't. Well, that's actually kind of intriguing. I would not have expected that, to be honest. All right, well, I guess we are playing with an infantry/archer focused army now. Okay, that's kind of amusing. Unintended completely, but still rather funny. All right, let's just try and eliminate as many of these guys as we can get our hands on here. Hopefully my people will be able to get into a decent position here. My archers really do need to start firing at the opponent as fast as they possibly can, because if they don't, we're going to get torn apart by the horse archers, because there are so many of them. I mean, just look at how many of these are heavy horse archers. Like, that's the main problem here. Super, super problematic for us. Nice. Take out that guy. Good reach on this weapon. I love this weapon. Super, super fun. There we go. Ah, how was he able to block that? Are you serious? Come on now, sir. You will be slain. Yes, I will not use the M word this time. No. The M word usually gets me killed relatively quickly, so I'm probably not going to try to do that, thank you. Okay, here we go, here we go. Alright, we got to be careful. There's a bunch of people on the right side of us right there. Nice. Anytime I can do some damage. Doesn't really matter to who, but anytime I can do some damage, that is... Oh, I used to... you know, it's very frustrating when that happens. It's super frustrating. Okay, so I'm gonna tell my my infantry to charge in. I mean, there's basically no reason not to, I suppose. And I think someone actually did mention very recently that the way that the AI takes over your forces is extremely disconcerting, because I agree about this, because generally if you're winning the fight, we're winning the fight right now, by the way, but if you're winning the fight and then all of a sudden you get taken out, then for some reason the AI that takes over once you're dead just completely throws. You know, they just throw in the towel, basically, and start losing the fight for you, even though your previous orders would have probably been more effective in that case. Which is actually incredibly amusing to me, and incredibly frustrating as well, because at the same time, it's kind of like you're just shocked that the AI is that bad when it comes to commanding your own units, because... Let's face it, my army is not that bad. I do have quite a lot of tier 3, tier 4 units. Granted, you know, that's obviously not going to provide the most combat strength possible. But my current strategy over here is pretty good. I don't feel like it's that bad. We have an environmental advantage. We have the high ground, Anakin. Yes, you know, we have the high ground. And that obviously makes a big difference to how effective everything is. Now, of course... You can't always just say that the environment is the only reason that you're going to have an advantage or anything like that, or even the combat strength. Obviously, the composition is also very important. So if you have a huge amount of cavalry, you're more than likely going to have more of an advantage over someone that only has infantry or only has archers or whatever the case may be. However, that's basically what happens. If the AI takes over control of your army, they're just going to do random stuff. And it's not really going to make that much sense, which is indeed the reason why I suppose you left the comment as well, because you're kind of, as far as I'm aware, you posed a question, and your question was basically like, what can I do to you know, like, make this better? You know, what can I do to make this better? What can I do to reduce the chances that the AI is going to mess up my army for me? And I don't have an answer, unfortunately. The only answer I can really give you, if you were even asking a question, I'm not entirely sure whether you're asking a question or just saying that it's terrible. I mean, it might be just that. But yeah, anyway, the only answer I can give you is just stay alive. I know, it's a stupid answer. I know that, but it is the only way that I have found to try and prevent as many of your units from perishing as possible. Because even though now I'm starting to lose units, as you can see, now I'm starting to lose a huge amount of units because the second wave of cavalry from the Crusade has actually come in here. And you can see that most of the enemy that is killing us right now are mostly horse archers, heavy lancers, tribal warriors, and so on. And that is the main problem. You know, obviously I've said that before. You know my thoughts on the Crusade balancing situation. Some people said I was whining. I don't. Personally, I feel like gameplay discussion, you know, it depends, obviously. It depends on what kind of scale you're actually talking about. But in general, if you're talking about positive changes to the game to make it more enjoyable, I personally don't feel like that's whining. But, you know, people have different opinions and everything, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe the developers will see that the Crusade might be a little bit overtuned and they might decide to tone them back a little bit, but as it stands right now, seems like we're just going to have to deal with them. No! That's terrible. Okay, well, problematic. That is actually extremely problematic. We have... Oh, wow. I am actually kind of gobsmacked about this. This might be bad. Well, how did I level? Are you serious? Did I just gain a level? Yes, I think I did. That is hilarious. Okay, so yeah, this is actually really bad. Don't know whether you can tell why. But yeah, we are losing. We are losing this. And I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say to this. This is absolutely ludicrous. Oh, wait. We might be coming back. We might be coming back. Look at the kills. Look at the kill counts right now. We are 40 kills behind, and I think that is probably going to be it. I think that is actually going to be a victory for the opponent. Once again, actually. Once again, because we did suffer a defeat previously, and in my opinion, this is a huge glaring omission in terms of how overtuned the Khuzait are. Because I'm just going to highlight this again. I'm not going to go on about it for, you know, however many minutes, but I'm just going to very quickly go over it for a minute or so. So you can see here, there's 127 enemies that are still alive and ready for battle. We had only about 50, yeah, I think 50 or so units that were difference in our unit, should we say army sizes? There we go. That's the word I wanted to use. And yeah, so as you can see, let's take a look here. So I have a lot of legionaries, as you can see right there. Massive amounts of legionaries. They got massive amounts of kills as a result. What do they have? They have Khuzait marksmen. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That's how many we lost. We literally had, in this guy's army alone, I had 70-something legionaries. And in this guy, I had about 40, so I had 110 legionaries. They only had 30-something marksmen, which is really nothing. And then, obviously, if you take a look down here, what did they mostly have? Tribal warriors. What did they mostly have? Infantrymen, and these are Imperials, of course. And then they had Imperial Sergeant Crossbowmen, the most of those, and then some elites as well. And what else? Tribal warriors. Recruits were the most that we killed there. Heavy horse archers. This guy had a lot of heavy horse archers, but not really that many. Not that many at all. And look, that's it. That's it. So, where did all the kills come from? Well, the marksmen mostly. The marksman, the Imperial Sergeant Crossbowman got a lot of kills. What else? Marksman. Yeah, so marksman. Apparently, us not having cavalry really did make a pretty significant difference here. However, you can see here I have a lot of relatively good units. I don't have terrible units. I have legionaries for the most part. They have shields, and they should be able to defend against a wide variety of different opponents. And you can see here that even in my own party right here, we had trained archers. Obviously, these guys are really, they're not the greatest. These are tier 4 as far as I'm aware. These are tier 4 as well, and they didn't get that many kills at all. Byron actually managed to get 30 kills, which is quite good. But yeah. It doesn't even seem like the Khuzait units actually made any difference whatsoever, but I can only assume that the reason why we actually suffered a defeat here, and we actually killed one of them, by the way. We seem to have killed one of them. That's actually fantastic. That's really, really good. But yeah, so I think the reason why that happened is because we didn't have any cavalry. I didn't realize that we had no cavalry, by the way, so that was the main problem there. But I'm not too fussed about this. This is not a big deal, because I was planning on getting more Tetsujin units anyway. This is going to give me the downtime that I need to be able to do that, because obviously before I was kind of like in fighting battle mode, and I had a very large army to command, and I was able to, you know, hopefully take a wide variety of different fiefs. I was hopeful to be able to do that. But anyway, 402,000. Sure, I'll accept the offer. That is pretty terrible. That is pretty terrible. All right, so yeah, we're going to start from, well, 0 again. Okay, so This is also something that I think is extremely irritating, especially for people that might actually be new to the game. Because I find it frustrating, so someone that's new to the game is probably going to find this even more frustrating than me. So, let's see. Right, okay, so we're going to just give you some money. So you won't even take 2.98 million? You have 7,000. What? Okay, I'm just going to surrender then, because I apparently have no ability to run away from these people, because let's face it, they only have cavalry. Yeah, this is also something that, in my opinion, needs to needs to have a bit of a look at. You know, the developers need to have a little bit of a look at this. Obviously, there is a very easy solution to this problem. Just don't lose any battles, you know? Don't lose any battles, don't get captured, don't have any, you know, dynamicism whatsoever. Never mind. Alright, well, I'm going to show you a little bit of the progression back up to full strength, or attempt to do that, because, well, last time it took me, well, a long time to be able to do it. So we'll see whether I'm able to capture a couple of things on screen, and I'll do all the annoying, you know, busy work, tediousness off screen. At least I hope I will be able to. How much are they going to want this time? What do you bet? What do you bet they're going to want? 400k? Do they want another 400k, and then I'm not going to be able to escape this time either, because there's going to be another vassal with massive amounts of cavalry chasing me? Yeah, that might very well be the case. I'm actually kind of surprised that I'm having to stay in the prison for so long. I mean, I have a lot of money. I'm perfectly happy to spend it, fellows. Anyone want to offer anything? Apparently not. Apparently not. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Another rather, I mean, that's the thing. It's kind of a sour defeat there. And did not expect it. I think if I had just auto-resolved, I probably would have gotten a better result, hilariously enough. And that's not how it should be, in my opinion. I feel like if you go into a manual battle, you should have a much greater chance of survival. But anyway, yeah. Ups and downs, eh? Ups and downs. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.